Alright, so as you guys can see right here, that's the wires from the last license plate bolt lights. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these wires, I'm going to go ahead, put the bolts on, get them on there, get them good to go, and then I'm just going to splice these wires right into these guys. That way I don't really have to do anything, I don't have to take off the tail, I don't have to rewire anything other than splicing into the already wired up tail light. So it should be a pretty quick, simple job. So let's get into it. So these guys work as 10mm. Alright, so now that I had to run upstairs because my SD card was full, let's get back to what I was trying to do. So the way these little guys work is, you're just going to take this nut off the back, that's going to secure it onto your license plate bracket. You're going to take it all the way off. You're going to slide it right out. You put this into the hole for the license plate bolt, weed the wires through, then you're just going to do the opposite. You're going to put the nut right through the wires, pull it up, and then you're just going to adjust exactly where you want these little LEDs right here to point onto the license plate, and then you're just going to tighten it down. It's as simple as that. I'm pretty sure they typically all come with a 10mm nut, so really only tool you're going to need this guy right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fit them on there. That way I can weed this through, because I have the ratchet style wrench, so I can just tighten it down without having to constantly adjust the wrench. So I'm going to pop these top bolts off and tighten them down. I'm not going to really show you a tutorial because it's tightening a nut. Alright? Yeah. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put both on slightly tight, just tighten the nut a little bit, and then I'll go back once I get the license plate mounted on there. I'll go back and I'll tighten it down with the wrench. Alright, so now I tighten them up and they're finger tight like I said, but now this is going to be where you're going to want to adjust where the light is shining on. Like, you're not going to want the light shining straight down, because then you're really just going to illuminate the sides of the license plate. That doesn't really do you any good, and you're probably still going to get pulled over. So you're going to want to get these lights aimed towards like the center. So you want them to be at an angle, aiming down and into the middle of the license plate. That way, if both of them are shining that way, you're going to illuminate the entire plate. So that's why I turned them like that. And now really, I'm just going to tighten it down, and then I got to get to the wiring. And that's pretty much it. So now, like I said, I just got to do the wiring, and it's a very, very simple process, guys. Nothing crazy. So now I'm going to splice some wires and electrical tape some stuff up, and redneck are good. Alright, so since these things have been on here and pre-wired for so long, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to quickly take what I've cut, put them together. Obviously I'm going to have a bunch of extra wire, but I'm going to splice these together, not even tape them up, just get the connection there, and then turn the key to make sure that this wiring is still usable, because if not, that sucks. So we're going to find out right now. Alright, so it's plugged there, it's twisted in, so we're going to see what happens. I think whenever I just turn the key on the Cowie, the license plate light comes on. I know it doesn't on the BMW, but I think it does on this, so I guess we'll find out. It's on. See that? It's on. We good to go. Alright, so I just cut this wire, stripped the rubber coating around it. So now I'm going to do the exact same thing I did before, just to test it, and then I'm going to electrical tape it up. That way it's black, it blends in with the tail, and then we're going to do the other side, and then we're going to do everything we can to kind of mask that it's back here. So that should be enjoyable. Still works. It still works. Alright, so I kind of hid this here. You can still see it, but at least it's electrical tape, so it's black, so it's not noticeable. I'm going to continue to electrical tape up here, the spot that isn't. But first, I'm going to wire the other side light, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with the first one. First, I'm going to wire it up and just make sure that it's still viable. So I'll do that now. As you can see, things got a little out of hand. So I think what happened was, while I was pulling on the wires and doing all that stuff, I actually broke loose the connection that I had with the original wires. So I said, screw it, whatever, taking the tail off, and I'm just going to wire it up to where I had it wired to the OEM plug. So that's where we are now. Such a pain in the ass. Such a pain in the ass. Have I ever told you guys how much I hate electrical shit? God damn. I don't think there is anything more terrifying owning a sport bike than putting the tail fairing back on. You feel like you're just gonna snap it in half the entire time you're doing it. But she's on now. Now let's test this out again. We're good. Alright, as much as that sucked, in a way it's kind of good, because at least now I know that it's wired in correctly and it's straight to the OEM housing, the OEM wires. Spliced everything in, so we're not using any of the old stuff, which is good. It's just not what I really expected to do, but at least now it's done, so I just need to put the bolts in for the tail, and we're good.
Like water.
We're done. That freaking thing right there, no, not the POS truck. This guy, my 70D, I went through two 32 gig SD cards because I shoot in 19x20 all-I, so it's basically like a raw video file. But I don't know how far you got with the tail getting put back on, but she's all done. I'll turn the key like so. Everything goes on, and now we'll take a look at the tail and make sure this license plate lights are on. Moment of truth. Yeah. And the tail light still works. Everything's good. Actually, it's weird. This is held in. I don't know if you guys know what they are, but they're called well nuts. So basically, when there's no threading on the hole that you're putting a bolt in, this little rubber piece slides into the hole, and it has threading on the inside, a little metal thread. So you screw into this little rubber piece, and what happens is it actually makes the rubber expand whenever you're threading in. So that's what actually holds it in. So I had Cowie apparently really likes using those, and I don't know why, but I hate them. So my tail light, the left side, this side right here, the well nut had popped out, which happens a lot. If you don't tighten it enough, it just slides right out of the hole. So I went in while I had the tail off and was like, hey, perfect opportunity. I'm just going to zip tie it. So now doesn't even move. She is good to go, and I'm excited about that. So I killed two birds with one stone right there. License plate lights are working. I'm going to electrical tape that just so it doesn't look as dumb. But yeah, we are all done, guys. So for those of you who stayed with me this entire debacle, I greatly appreciate it. But we are done, and if you've never put in license plate light bolts before, now you know how to, really the right way, because I was going to show you a kind of jerry-rigged way. But now you know the right way to do it. And if you've done this before, let me know down in the comment section. Hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!